Windwalkers feel a bit slow paced. Celestalon says they're fine. Cry more.
Hello again, all is Eatmopie, and this fine dwarf specimen in front of you is my pre-made level 100 PvE dwarf. And in this video I'm going to talk about the level 100 talents, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about monks and why I'm not happy with certain things. So first of all, as you saw in the beginning, the play is slow, and the reason that is because jab now costs 50 energy for a Windwalker, and that is way too much. It's just it feels too slow. You're sitting there with nothing to do. It's like playing an old Ret Paladin. You have nothing to do for 5 seconds at a time. It's way too long, and I don't like it. I don't like that at all. It bothers me a lot. But that's not the worst thing. That really, I mean, in PvP or in a raid, you're going to be buffed. So seriously, don't get me wrong. In a raid, their DPS is still good. They're still fine. Okay? It's not absolutely horrible, end of the world. Everybody's going to stop playing a Windwalker monk. It's not the case. The thing that bothers me the absolute most is the loss of their self-sustain. And what I mean by that is when you get in trouble, for instance in PvP, your ability to heal yourself back up is not good. That's the bottom line. Because first of all, you have a long cast. But look at this. Look how much it does. 7,000, 7,000. If you crit, it does double. I've seen as much as 20,000. Yeah. I'm totally out of energy. I'm still casting heals. I'm not back to full health. Was that 10 heals now? 11? Yeah. That is the problem right there. Okay? Because we take a lot of damage because we don't have a lot of armor. We don't have our disarm, which used to be here. You can see I have a lot of blank buttons that don't have anything in them because well, I just threw this character together, but we lost our disarm, which makes it very difficult to fight hard-hitting melee. Right now, warriors are at the top of the list. They do the absolute most insane damage. Warriors are badass. We can't disarm a warrior. So other than stunning, there's not much we can do. And if warriors have talents to negate stuns, so when they blow all their cooldowns, the only thing you can do is run away. And that's fine, I don't mind playing that way. The problem is you're running away at 50% health because you've taken so much damage. 1 or 2 hits from a warrior with his cooldowns blown is going to hurt you a lot. And you can't sustain yourself. In real WoW, in live WoW right now, you can run away, you can drop your healing spheres, and you can heal yourself back up to full in about 20 seconds. Okay, you'd be better off sitting down and drinking to fill your health up as a Windwalker right now. And to me, that ruins it because I like playing that class that can go one-on-one with anybody and counter anybody, and we've lost some of our counters, and keep themselves alive. So that's not what Windwalkers are right now, and that is my biggest problem with them. But that said, let's talk about talents. Okay, now I'm just going to go with the best first because the rest are not as good as this, and that's the bottom line. Serenity. You enter an elevated state of mental and physical serenity for 10 seconds. While in that state, your chi consumption is instantly refilled. So basically what that means is for 10 seconds, you can spam the living crap out of whatever abilities you want that cost chi, and you will not spend any chi. Basically, you can just go ham. That's the bottom line. Every 1.5 minutes. Now, that's important because you look how slow the play is right now. You can see I just opened up and it's actually painful sitting here hitting my jab button until I get my energy. But you pop Serenity and you can literally just spam blackout kicks, blackout kicks, blackout kicks, blackout kicks. Blackout kicks do a lot of damage right now, by the way. And that's what you get. So that's Serenity. It is, I believe, it is your highest DPS ability. Now, it's a burst ability, so I've been using it in PvP mainly. I haven't been PvEing a lot. I've done a couple of instances as a Windwalker, and it's been fine. I've been near the top of the DPS charts. I think a mage beat me one time, but whatever. Not a big deal. The next one is okay. It's okay, is all I can say. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. I'm stuck in combat. Give me a second. Okay, next we have Chi Explosion, and this one replaces Blackout Kick. Not a big deal. It costs, well, basically the way that it works is it consumes up to 4 Chi to explode on your target, and it does different things based on how much Chi you use. So the first one is going to do a little bit of damage if you use 1 Chi. If you use 2 Chi, it's going to do more damage and damage over time. 3 Chi, it also generates a Tiger Eye Brew stack. 4 Chi is going to do all of those things and a big AoE. Okay, it's kind of a cool ability, and absolutely, if you're using Chi Brew, I think this is a very good talent. I'm not right now. I'm using Ascension, and that's probably a mistake, but we'll see. So Chi Brew will make things a little bit better as long as you use it wisely with this ability. So let's see. I might as well just start it off with 4. You ready for the explosion? This is the exciting one. Yeah. So let's go with 2.
Not enough energy.
Let's go with 3. Bam! And you can see the little dot that's on there. Yeah. So that's Chi Explosion. I mean, it has its place. I could see it being useful. That AoE is going to be pretty awesome. When you start AoEing, there's not 3 targets here, so I can't build Chi with an AoE. But, it could be pretty beasty, in my opinion. Anyway, so that's Chi Brew, or Chi Explosion. Yeah. And the last one is Hurricane Strike. Now, this is a cool ability, and I think they're right on with what to do with this little talent here. The problem with it is it costs too much Chi, and it's too long of a cooldown. Basically, you unleash a rapid series of kicks towards random enemies. It's an AoE for a total damage of blah blah blah. It doesn't matter what the damage is. While kicking, you are immune to movement impairing and loss of control effects. That is the important thing. That is awesome. Awesome. The problem is in order for it to be useful, you have to use it preemptively, which means you have to have 3 Chi. And I don't know if you remember the beginning here, but it takes a lot to get 3 Chi if you're actually, you know, balls deep in your rotation. You're just not going to have it. You don't have it. Like, ever. But if they fix that, and you ever do, this is what it looks like. And I think it's pretty freaking awesome. Except for the long cooldown and the high cost. So hopefully they'll fix that, because I would use this ability if it cost 2 Chi. I would. Or if they lowered the cooldown and made it cost energy. Even if it cost 50 energy, that would be fine. It'd be much more useful. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. It is beta, and things are changing every single week. So, yeah. And just because I know you wanted to see it. Alrighty, that's enough of that. Alrighty, now I'm going to talk about Brewmasters and their problems. Actually, Brewmasters are fine. They're a little bit squishy right now, and I think you can attribute it to the same thing. Is Expel Harm's not doing enough healing, and Chi Wave is not doing enough healing comparative to our health. So we're feeling a little bit squishy. We don't have the same. It's not the same feel as we have in Live WoW right now. So that's just how it is. Whatever. We'll see what happens throughout the beta. I'm done crying about it. Anyway, let's talk about Brewmaster talents. Now, Serenity is the exact same. It's identical to the Windwalker version. It's a DPS cooldown. I could see very few situations where this would be really useful for a Brewmaster. Very few. But then again, yeah, I don't see it. I don't really like Serenity for a Brewmaster. I kind of hope they change that. I feel like it's a little bit generic just throwing that in there. Another one is Soul Dance. Now this is a pretty cool one, and this will, as a rule, this is what I'm going to be using, you know, running random dungeons and gearing up and things like that, because it is a passive and it allows you to shrug off spells such that 30% of your normal stagger amount works against magic damage. So you're staggering magic damage as well as physical damage. I think that's amazing. I like that a lot, and it gives us even more control over how much damage we have. The problem is we're taking a hell of a lot of damage right now, and I'll show you a clip right at the end of one of the bosses in, I don't remember if I was doing heroic or if I was doing normal mode, honestly, but it was a hard fight and we wiped on it like 3 times, and a lot of it was because I was taking so much damage. So yeah. Anyway, Soul Dance, that's a cool one. I like that. Chi Explosion. Now this is very similar to the Windwalker version, but it does different things, and this is officially the 2-button tanking build right here. This simplifies Brewmaster tanking to 2 buttons, pretty much, maybe 3. Anyway, what it does is it does different things. Up to 4 chi, you spend up to 4 chi, and the first one, if you spend 1 chi, it will deal damage. 2 chi, you'll gain Shuffle, and it'll do damage, because it does replace Blackout Kick. So, yeah. 3 chi, it will do all of those things, and Purify your stagger. Yes, it's going to use Purifying Brew in 1 button. 4 chi, it's going to do all of those things and do a big AoE. Yeah. 1 button tanking. Pretty much. So, here's what it looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and do 4 chi. Boom. There's a big one. And you can see, I get my Shuffle. Puts it, yeah, it's amazing. It doesn't put the dot on it for Brewmasters, but anyway. So we'll go with 1. Boom. 1 does some damage. 2 does some more damage. Gives you Shuffle. Come on, give me 3. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, Brewmaster damage is quite good.
Can't do that.
That's 1 4 shot.
Isn't ready yet.
And these 2. Anyway, so that's the Brewmaster talents. I'm still mad that they took away my clash, my charge as a Brewmaster. It really affects my ability to pull things together when I'm rounding up trash, when I'm AoE pulling, anything like that. I feel like Clash was a needed thing. It tied the class, the spec together very nicely, and it's gone. They took it away. So it's still up in the air if I'm going to be playing a monk, and that's a shame. But I still love me some monks, and we'll see what happens. It's beta. Nothing is set in stone. I think they did a good job of not giving us too generic of talents, other than Serenity for Brewmasters. I don't really like that. But everything else is very good, and you know I don't play Mistweaver, so I'm not going over the Mistweaver because I can't speak intelligently enough on it to take myself seriously. And I think that, yeah, I'm not credible enough for that, and I think that you guys should keep that in mind when you're watching all these other WoW, the new expansion videos. You know, you got people playing classes they never played before, talking about it, trying to speak intelligently about it, and I think that's silly. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, say hello on my Facebook. The link is in the description. Let me know what you want to see in the beta. Let me know if you're in the beta, and maybe we can get some PvP going because I've been PvPing a lot. They made it fun again, and I like it. So I'll be raiding, but I'll be PvPing like a boss. You can guarantee that. Thanks again for watching. This is Eatmopie. I'll see ya.